Water affects every part of our lives, from the places we live to the landscapes around us. When it's not carefully managed, it can bring challenges like floods and destruction. That's why understanding how water moves and behaves is so important to reduce flood risk across America. For more than 60 years, one organization has helped the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the nation, and the world meet those challenges with science and engineering. Welcome to the Hydrologic Engineering Center, a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers technical center of expertise located in Davis, California, and part of the Corps' Institute for Water Resources.
So my name is Leah Adams. I am the director here at the Hydrologic Engineering Center, and I oversee this center as a whole. We have 4 technical divisions and an executive office, and I oversee the entire center.
The Hydrologic Engineering Center, or HEC, was established in 1964 by special direction from headquarters and was initially located within the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Sacramento district. The office moved to its current location in Davis in 1968.
The way that hydrology and hydraulic engineering was accomplished prior to the late 60s, early 70s was hand calculations on paper. When HEC came along, we started to utilize computers to make it more efficient to do engineering analyses. And so through the 70s and 80s, HEC was at the forefront of developing computer models to help our engineers.
The earliest software packages created at the center were HEC1 and HEC2. These laid the groundwork for the current generation of powerful, advanced software developed at HEC and used by engineers around the world today.
There's been tremendous growth at HEC and across the Corps in hydrology and hydraulics and water resources planning over the last 30 years. We really took lessons learned from industry and said, how can we apply this to our software and our methods? And it has accelerated our ability to create software that meets the Corps of Engineers' needs so much more quickly. It used to take us a year or 2 to make a release, and now we can make releases in 6 months, and the quality is even better.
The Hydrologic Engineering Center has evolved a lot over the last 60+ years, but has continued to build software that saves lives.
We actually had an example last summer that Texas flooding, the really tragic Texas flooding, Camp Mystic, there was a huge search and rescue operation after that, and the flood just devastated the floodplain. And a former Corps employee who had done an internship at HEC, who now has a consulting firm in Texas, was very familiar with our HEC RAS tool, and he very quickly generated floodplain maps, and he provided them to the Office of Emergency Management in Texas to help identify the limits of where they should search for people.
While a lot of what HEC supports is virtual computer modeling, it all has real-life impacts.
My name is Kat Feingold, and I am a member of the Water Management Systems Division. For the flooding along the Mississippi, what happened was they utilized the software to go ahead and predict out what would flood and when it would flood. And then the emergency management teams took those maps and all of that information, and they started flashboarding levees and weirs all across the Mississippi, and the end result is there was only 1 breach that year along it.
We create floodplain maps and flood forecasting in response to hurricanes. We help Corps districts in the Southeast. They have the primary mission of preparing for and responding to hurricanes, but when we're needed, we support them with around-the-clock support to help them make sure their modeling and their forecasts are correct, and it really helps them manage the situation on the ground. I want to welcome you all to HEC. Really glad you're here.
Beyond software, HEC hosts training courses and workshops, bringing engineers together to build the skills needed for modern-day water challenges.
So there's a lot of time and effort that's gone into making sure that our software is not only user-friendly, but accessible for everyone who wants to get involved in it and anyone who needs to get involved in it for their job.
I've already been making notes during every single one of these presentations and workshops about things that I want to personally take back to my district.
Being able to have this training and gain the knowledge and then be able to bring it back to my district, share it with others is very critical.
And we're learning just how to use the models, how to incorporate that into our daily operations, and it's been a great class so far.
By investing in people as much as technology, HEC helps prepare Army Corps engineers to meet the nation's toughest water challenges now and into the future.
I am really proud to be part of this organization. I think HEC is an amazing organization. I'm very fortunate to be the director.
For over 60 years, the Hydrologic Engineering Center has stood at the intersection of science, engineering, and public service, equipping the nation with the tools to understand and manage water wisely. HEC's work flows into every corner of water sustainability and management. Learn more and download HEC software at hec.usace.army.mil.